Wanting to invest comes with a lot of fears and doubts. Because of those, we often have a lot of questions. But don't worry, I'm here to try and answer some of those questions you might have. Stick around and relax while we navigate this ocean of investing together. Today, we're going to look at the TOPIX and Nikkei 225 funds. You've probably heard those names a lot, right? But what are those exactly? And can we be exposed to them as expats in Japan? With that said, let us move on. We're not going to waste any time. Now, in the US, every investor talks about or has an idea of the S&P 500. In Japan, the equivalent to that is TOPIX and the Nikkei 225 funds. These two are very different. It is good to understand the differences so you know exactly what you are buying. Japan technically has 4 stock exchanges: Tokyo, Nagoya, Fukuoka, and Sapporo. But in reality, the Tokyo Stock Exchange dominates the market. So our focus will be on that. If you're buying and selling stocks in Japan, you're probably doing it on the Tokyo Stock Exchange. And in this video, I'll be using TSE, which is a short for the Tokyo Stock Exchange. The TSE has 3 markets. First, there is the prime market. These are the big, serious guys in the game. These guys have large market value, lots of shares to trade every day, stable business history, strong corporate governance. These guys are ready for global investors. We're talking companies like Sony, car manufacturers, and most other established companies. These are companies that are already proven. They are expected to behave responsibly, or else. The next one is the standard market. This one has mid-sized companies. These are the ones that are at the mid-level. They're not little. They're also not top tier either, but they already have established basic governance standards and reasonable liquidity. These are companies like McDonald's Holdings, Syria, and Workman. The third one is the growth market. These are similar to high growth companies. These tend to have higher risks because they are still developing. However, in order to be listed, they must show a clear growth plan, how they plan to expand, and give regular updates on their progress. These companies include Cyber Solutions Inc. and GMO Tech Holdings. In essence, you can say the Tokyo Stock Exchange is the supermarket. TOPIX and Nikkei are shopping lists built from what's inside that supermarket, and the companies are the products. Let's go to the shopping lists, which are TOPIX and Nikkei. First up is TOPIX. TOPIX stands for the Tokyo Stock Price Index. It is one of the main stock market indexes in Japan. TOPIX includes over 2,000 companies, and it measures almost all the big companies listed on the Tokyo Stock Exchange Prime market. It is market cap weighted, which means companies are weighted based on their total market value, not their share price. Therefore, a company that is worth more overall has more influence on the index. While it is market cap weighted, though, it doesn't really have a single company heavily dominating the index. The weight is spread out enough that one company having a bad year does not collapse the entire index. While TOPIX lists companies on the prime, standard, and growth market, Nikkei lists only 225 of the prime companies. One major difference to understand between TOPIX and Nikkei is how they are weighted. TOPIX is market cap and Nikkei is price weighted, which means companies with higher stock prices have a bigger impact on the index. Even if they are not the largest companies by overall size, they still will impact the index. So now that we understand how the Nikkei 225 and TOPIX are structured, the next natural question is, if you live in Japan, what does that actually look like in practice? There are a few funds that you can choose if you're looking to be exposed to either, but always remember that you should first research and also ask yourself questions in order to know if a fund is for you. Don't just take what a random person says on the internet, please. If you're interested in TOPIX, you can invest in the eMaxis Slim TOPIX, and for those who want to be exposed to the Nikkei 225, there is Tracer's Nikkei 225 and Nikkei 225 ETF 1321. I currently hold TOPIX because I want exposure to the entire Japanese market, not just 225 companies. Recently, the Nikkei 225 has outperformed the TOPIX, but right now, both indexes are showing strength. I don't see one being better than the other. They're simply built differently. One is broader and reflects the whole market. The other is a bit more concentrated and can move faster when certain stocks lead. It just depends on whether you prefer wide exposure or a bit more focused ride. So it all depends on you. That is it for this video. Please let me know which one you prefer. Would also mean the world to me if you could subscribe to this channel. Take care. I'm out.